So as you know, warming up for a run is really important. If you don't warm up, you're not going to last very long, you're going to do yourself an injury and you won't be running for the rest of the month. So this is how I warm up. The first movement I do is leg swings. I do front to back on both sides, and then I do side to side. It's really important when doing these movements that you flex the foot so that you can stretch the whole back leg. Try and make it a natural swing. Try not to have a stiff upper body, but not too much movement. It's about opening up the hips, opening up the legs, getting the blood flowing down there. Side to side's a really nice one. I can really feel my adductors. The next movement I do is kind of like leg swings, but more of, Ben calls it opening the gate. You do leg circles, almost like you're going over a hurdle. Do forwards and backwards, 10 on each side. It's quite a big movement. Might want to hold on to something so you don't fall over. Take it nice and slow, get full range of motion rather than doing a little leg lift. Try and really get over a high hurdle, really open up the hips. I then do some squats to forward folds, just getting some mobility, some movement into the back of my legs, into your knee joints, because we'll be using those quite a bit. So going into squats and then stretches will lubricate your joints and stretch your hamstrings. What I absolutely love to do before running is sitting in the bottom of a squat. And I'm not talking about a strength squat where you should be like tense and holding it. I'm talking about in the bottom of a squat where you can relax. I just hang out here for a minute or two. I use my elbows to open my knees. I put my weight over one leg, one ankle, and then the other. I do some opening of the thoracic, the arm stretch as well. This is fantastic for joint mobility in the lower body. It will increase flexibility in your feet, open up your hips ready for the run. As you are twisting, if you do some twists, it will get your spine more mobile, opening up the chest. When you are running, you don't want to be collapsed over, so practicing this, you're opening up the upper body as well. Stretch before running, and that is the twisting one. It doesn't look like much, and people, when they see me, they think, what the hell is she doing? I actually do that standing in a lift, waiting in a line, because it's my favorite one. You plant your foot onto the floor, into the floor, plant your heel into the floor, tuck your pelvis under, so you're squeezing your bum, and then you twist open, keeping that front foot, that first foot, planted into the floor. You should feel a nice little stretch and open of the hips, and it's called a transverse, if I remember correctly from my PT days, transverse movement, like a twisting movement, so which we don't often strengthen and work on, and our bodies start to get tight and curl in, and this one opens back up. It works your lower back as well, and your hip flexors, your quads, and your hips in general, so it's one of my favourite ones actually before a run. Lastly, and it's going to look so funny on video, but I do some ankle rolls, some shoulder rolls, just loosen up so I'm nice and jelly like for the run. So I'm not holding any tension up here. I open up the arms and the shoulders both sides, and I do a lot of rotations in the ankles as well. Just one dodgy landing on your foot and your foot can roll if you don't have sensible shoes on, so I like to warm up the ankles properly too.